And good morning, everyone, for another morning coffee with Marcaida. I know it's weird, quite early today, but our call times are much earlier this week or month. I don't know. It all depends on the scheduling. So I'm going to have to broadcast a little bit earlier or later on through the day. But we'll start off with our morning cup of Joe. How's everybody doing? And I'm thankful to be here and thankful that we're able to say it's Monday, start of the work week. And how's everybody doing? I hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend and a blast being at the Atlanta Blade Show. I got to meet so many people, touch hands with a lot of the fans, a lot of the followers, a lot of people who watch our community right here. If you were there and said hello, please say hello here. So great. It's like a recharging of the things that I do, and I'm so blessed to be able to do that. Got to meet a lot of great bladesmiths, to be with the masters and those former Fortune Fire alumni and friends. It's like a great gathering, but time. I was only there for one day. I'm going to try to make, and watch, I'll guarantee you next time it's going to be even better, to where I can spend more time with people. One of the things I wanted to at least get out there was to be able to feature a lot of the bladesmiths, but I realized I need a whole day just that and not do a meet and greet, so I'll have to do more than one day when I'm there, and I'm going to work on that for the next Blade Show. But my takeaways from that, when I was there, one of the things, and it's interesting, I need to follow my own advice, right? Because I was telling this person, once they asked my advice or told me about their grievance, I told him, you know what? Lions do not listen to the crying or noise of the sheep. And he's a lion, so let it go. But as we're doing that, it's hard to do it, especially because he's trying to defend something that's so important to him. And one of the things I told him is that you don't answer, let everybody, but it's nice, everybody else around him came to his rescue. And what I'm referring to are the politics of martial arts and the naysayers and all that. But it's not even that. It goes further than that. Because I remember a time, and I'll relate it to martial arts, because this is based on Filipino martial art politics and gossiping and the talk of that, is that when I was in the Philippines once with my other teacher, and we were visiting, and we go to this park where it's known to have a lot of sects of different groups and of Filipino martial artists. Each one has their own group, and everybody's training, and we were there. And it was nice because we go there to watch and appreciate how it's being kept on. This is Luneta Park in the Philippines, in Manila. And there were some masters who came up and wanted to show their stuff. And as they're showing their stuff, you'll see there's a difference in what we do. There's a difference in what we do. And he was trying to show some stuff to my teacher, and my teacher was, allowing techniques and everything else. And we were done. I just looked at my teacher. We just made connections to the eye. We sat down, and he knew, and I knew what we were talking about. But later on in our own free time, I go, you could have countered everything he did, right? What they did was a great execution, but you let him do that to you. And I get it. I understand why, but why? Why did you do that? And he goes, because you're an important figure. I'm an important figure here, so is his teacher. So he goes, Doug, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Yes, we could have countered. I could have countered that guy. I knew what he was doing, and it wasn't in his execution. It's not the same as mine. He's much, much, much older. But you see, I'm trying to be nice. And that's more important to that because he knows it too. But he's trying to show. He's trying to show and share something to me, who he doesn't even know. Maybe out of pride, out of whatever, but it's something important to him, and I see that. And he knows I can counter it because he can see my movements. We know, we can smell it. Everybody who sees it, we know. But I go, that's a good lesson. That's a thank you. Because I felt the same way. But it goes further than that. It's because in my culture, at least, we respect our elders. It's a very important thing. In the martial arts, we respect ranks. We respect our elders. So the point is, we let him have it. Because it is a way to be able to show respect. Now, if we countered him, what's that going to prove? What, that I'm better than him? Well, as martial artists, we know we're supposed to control ourselves. It's not about the fight. Because we both know there is no defense against sudden violence. I'll pull a gun and shoot you. I'll stab you when you're not thinking. A lot of martial artists know this. That's why they train the arts to control that they're not violent. They train against violence, but in using the violent act, but not to become violent. That's why martial artists train. So that lesson alone was amazing. There was another time also when the same teacher we were with doing tours kept on telling different story, one story, but every time he told the story, it kept changing. The facts, the little things there. And me and my other teacher, we'd always look at each other, we just smile and go, there goes the story again. Now it's something else. Earlier it was a guppy, now it's a shark. We know it was a guppy, but every time they tell that. And when we talked about it in hindsight, he goes, sometimes stories are all that we have left. Allow them that. Don't question it. We know, they know, but it's the only thing that they have left. Let them have that. Sometimes they don't have much in life but their stories. And the art of storytelling is the gift that they leave behind. If they're embellishing and make it look good, you go, well, where's the truth? Who cares about the truth when we know the truth is not important? This is the art of storytelling. This is to make them feel good. And you go, well, that technique or whatever is, that doesn't work in everything else. Yeah, in your world. And sometimes by telling them and just pointing things out, that's not the way to have it, that hurts. Like they say, the truth hurts. So why would you want to hurt an old man? Why would you want to hurt a respected legend? That shows the character that you're in. Because that is happening. I talked to one of the grandmasters there, and he's being questioned. Of course, he was hurt because he put so much time in it. But I know the ones questioning, I go, those creating this noise, that's just to get clickbaits. They're just there so that they're seen. You're well respected. I know, but this is everything I've done. If they don't understand, that's right. Maybe they don't understand what it is. They have to educate themselves to understand what you're doing. Then you tell them. But they say, it's the truth. To them, it's not the truth because they're instigating stuff, looking for questions or answers. There is no question. This is not even a factor to put in there, but they create that because they want to create noise. They just want to jump on your coattails to be seen. You know that. I know that. Others know that. So why are you falling for that? Because it's something important to them. You see, the truth can hurt that way, irregardless. But here's the thing. We respect them for their years. We give it to them. Now, it doesn't mean that what they do doesn't work. Some people just can't make it work for them, and that's your issue. But not necessarily others, because others can make it work. I can make it work. Not my fault you can't. But if you educate yourself, you get to appreciate it. But through all this, through everything that I do, I've seen that in my age that I've been growing up to be, I'm getting older and more mature, I hope, with wisdom. It is nice to be important, but far more important to be nice. And that's why we let go. That's why we let others have it. Whether it is because we don't want to embarrass them or make them hurt. The truth, what are you talking about the truth? We're talking about life and death here? No. This is something, I can see what is a medical condition and all that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about life experience. We're talking about telling stories. That's it. It shows the character of those who want to attack those who can't defend themselves, or just have this one piece in their life that makes them happy, and you're going to contradict that. It's like when a little child comes up with you, their beautiful artwork, and it's just a little child's work, and you go, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Why would you do that? In fact, you would say, based on what you do, and it makes you happy, and that you're presenting it to me, that's beautiful. It's more important to be nice. And that's one of the things I always try to do with what you've got, the gifts that you've got. It's more important to be nice, because you may think you're important, but when you're not nice, whatever it is you're important about doesn't mean anything to me anymore. You're not important. All I know is that you're a jerk. All I know is that you're not a nice person. Doesn't matter what you do. I don't want to be around you. Now, a person who may have less or who may not know and you know better, but is nice, that to me is far more important, because it's about the person. And we all know that no matter what the information out there and everything else, we can always adapt, improvise, and overcome to make it work for us. That's the key. Because even then, as much as we were out there with my teacher, he goes, we're going to the park and we're going to see different things. But know this, we may think it's better or we may think it doesn't work, but that is for us to try to understand what you're trying to do there and then make it work for us. Adapt, improvise a technique that you say. You say it doesn't work, good. Make it work. But in so doing, you also show respect for where it came from, and you're being nice. Respect your elders. Because a lot of times, when you say, we got to throw the truth and the truth hurts. Why would you want to hurt them? It's more important to be nice. It's not always about being right. It's more about doing the right thing, and sometimes being nice is more important, and it is the right thing to do. That's why, even though I told my friend, you just ignore it and keep moving forward, don't worry about that. No. I had to say this because maybe out there, you may be doing some things the same way too. You may be questioning someone or to make them look bad. You may be thinking, I know everything and all that. But maybe if I tell you this, because I'm reminded of that lesson from my teacher, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. That's the lesson. Because what's my lasting thing that I leave behind? I think by being nice, you become important. Doug Marcaida here, Morning Cup of Joe. I gotta run. It is an early time for me, but I will be back. Replay for everybody else when I got to see this. But so much to share with the afterglow of the Blade Show. I'll be putting some clips here, very limited with my time to get out there. Whatever I find, I will be posting on some of the great works and the people that I've met. Some of these talks, this was a talk that came from the Blade Show. Once again, such a great time, but I gotta run. Take care, folks. Have a good day.